Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. I've had a message from home office letting me know that I need to pivot my project recipe mashup to a private format. And so today I want to talk about what the new format's going to be and how it's going to look on YouTube. And I will post when I get my actual project recipes mashup done. There will be a sign up link for those. I will post it in the description box underneath my videos. So that way, if you still want to see the project recipe mashup, you can. It will be a paid class. And once payment is received, you will have access to the link of where the videos will be. And if you want to join that, I sure would appreciate it. That said, today I'm going to be introducing what the new series is going to be looking like. We are going to be working with a sketch. I will still do a 2-page layout with each new collection, and I will be making a card with the scraps. Of course, with the mashup, you're going to get to see the project recipe and that with another collection, and of course, using however many cards I need to make. So with the new series, it's going to be a little bit more abbreviated, but it should still be fun. I am really looking forward to it. I'm getting ready to film the wide open places with a sketch I've picked out, and I will explain that at the beginning of the video once it posts as well. So here we go. Let me get things switched over here to my desktop workshop camera. And we are going to be working with the Endless Meadows designer paper today. And this is a sketch. So Creative Memories does a virtual crop every month, and then they also post sketches to the blog. And so these are ideas on how to put a either single or double page layout together. And I just kind of want to show an example of one of a single page so that way you all can get an idea of what is coming. These still make beautiful pages, and I really hope that you enjoy joining me. And I am going to say good morning to the Crafting Cousins. I don't know if I have Kay or Trish here, but thank you for the hi. I appreciate you all joining me. Let's get into cutting for our sketch. So I'm going to pull out my 12-inch trimmer. I'm going to be using this iris looking sheet. At least I think that's Iris's. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And it has some purple on the back. And I have our other sheet is with the birds on the back. Oh, hi Trish. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate you joining me from Georgia. That's so exciting. I'm going to pull out my 12-inch trimmer. And based on our sketch here, we need to do a little cutting here. We need to do some matte boxes, and we also need to do a couple of banners. I am going to be working with one of our border makers for the bottom, and we will be using one of our border stickers along the top of the page. So initially here, I'm going to cut our page at 4 inches, and then we're going to cut at 2 3/4 twice. So here we go. So I just did the 4 inches, and now we're going to go at 2 3/4, and we're going to do this twice because this is what's going to become our banners. Scrap for our cards. I'm going to set that aside. And then we need to cut at 6 1/2 inches. And we're going to go ahead and set this other scrap also for our cards. I'm just going to make a little pile. I think I'm just going to put it on my keyboard because I don't need my keyboard right now. And we're going to cut this at 4.5 inches twice, and these are going to be our photo mats. I like having photo mats that are just right for the 4x6 size pictures, because then if I have pictures that I really don't want trimmed, I can use those easily. One more scrap for our cards. So that is it for cutting our main piece of designer paper. I also have a couple of scraps that I had left over from doing my quilted box. And this is what we're going to also use for part of our banner as well. I'm going to use this yellowy toned side. This is from also the Endless Meadows with the lavender on one side and the kind of almost hexagon-y look on the opposite side. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my border maker because I'm going to use this little bit of a wider piece in my border maker, and you can see where it's just a little bit short. So I'm going to grab a couple of Post-it notes, and this is what's going to help hold my paper into my border maker so I can do my punching and not have to worry about my paper falling out at all. The magnet will hang on to the Post-its, but then I can do my punching, and I'm going to use the Circle Chain border maker cartridge. And we'll set that aside as well and see if we wind up using any of these scraps. We'll probably use the purple side on our border that we need. I'm going to just kind of run these off to the side of my mat to see if they wind up fitting into our card or not. So let me grab my sheet of lilac designer paper here, and we're going to go ahead and place down our strip across the bottom. The strip is 1.5 inches by 12 inches. Just grabbing my tape runner here. And you can place this really just a little bit. One of the nice things about having our 13 by 13 mat is you can put your 12 by 12 sheet of paper and you can see where you're lining up your pieces going across. So I have mine at about 1/2 inch across the bottom here. I'm going to grab my parchment board. If you haven't seen my parchment board before, I use electrical tape to hold on, which is so much better than using the staples, because the staples, if you get any tape on them, they become goopy over time, whereas with the parchment or the electrical tape, you don't have to worry about that. It'll hold the parchment. We're not baking with this paper, so we really don't have to worry about that. All right, so I'm placing my border across the bottom of my little decorative strip here. And next, come on our photo mats. We are going to, well, I think we're going to go ahead and use this on both of them. And I'm actually not going to adhere one of the corners because on the sketch, our photos are kind of layered over each other. And since I don't have my photos to put in yet, I don't want to adhere it all the way. Flip my paper over, and we're going to go ahead and place this one down here. And our other one a little bit more across the top. And then, like I said, again, I'm not going to put all my I didn't actually put any tape on this end of my paper. So that way when I go to put my photo on, I can get it in onto my page nicely. This lifts up and then I can just put a little bit of tape runner or glue under that later. To make our borders, I'm going to grab my micro tip scissors. I'm going to fold my paper ever so slightly in the middle. We're going to cut up the middle and then we're going to meet it in the middle, so to speak. So that way we get a nice even border. Banner. Too many B words this morning. What can I say? It's Monday. All right, so here's my first one for the top of the page, and our second one I'm going to go ahead and fold as well. And you know what? I think I am going to go ahead and flip these because it's nice to see different patterns and different prints on the page. So folding this one again, just rolling my scissors up here through the middle first, and then from the corners towards the middle to do the other banner for the side of our page. All right, so there's that. We have some triangles that we can use also for our cards. I'm just going to cut these apart the rest of the way in the middle there. Flip this over, and with our final piece for our banner, I think I am going to go with this, the hexagon-y look side again. I'm going to actually put just another little fold, but instead of going through the middle, I'm actually going to go from the middle to each corner or each edge of the page, creating a couple more triangles. Okay, I went a little curved, which is okay. I'm going to even this out just a hair. There we go. Oh, then again. Here we go. Okay, so this one has the point on it, whereas the other one is going in. And we probably won't use those scraps. Hate to say it, but these are actual scraps. Let's get these stuck down. This one is going to the top of our layout. And there we go across the side. Place this over the middle, and I put my tape on the wrong side, but that's okay because both sides are beautiful and they still work. So we're going to have some lavender, which is fine. I don't have any problems with that. All right. So look, we're coming together with a beautiful page so far. I have pulled some of my border stickers because I wasn't sure which one I would want to go with, whether I'd want to go with the butterfly to kind of pull in the color from the tonal, or if I wanted to even just do the birds and pull in the birds, which might add another color to my page. Let's see here. You know, I think I actually might do that rather than, I think the butterflies are almost... Well, y'all know how much I like the symmetry, and I'm fussy about color, but I think I am going to go with the birds. So we're going to go ahead and have our birds perched across the top of our page here. I want to have it just above where the photo's going to go if possible. And there we go. And finally, we can add, you know, they show it this here with some lines across it to show that we can use our top banner as a journal box. And we also can add a few stickers, and you can actually put like a little labels for your photos as well once you get those placed. I am going to go ahead and pull a couple of stickers to finish off this page. And then we're going to take our scraps and make a card real quick. Let's see here. We do have some more lilacs. We have some birds. Okay. So let's go ahead, and spring is a lovely reminder of how beautiful change can truly be. I think that's going to look great down here by this banner because it pulls in our blues again. Grabbing a large foam square for the sticker. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this on real quick. And that's going to go down here. I'm going to center it because I think it looks good cutting up the purple a little bit. And then I'm going to add these yellow flowers as well. And I know I need to, I'm going to actually put that right here. And again, I'm not going to push too hard over where my photo is going to be because I know I want to add one. And I think I'm going to put this yellow butterfly to kind of repeat some of the colors that are in the birds up here. And this I think actually needs a foam square as well. Pop the butterfly a little bit here. All right, so there we go. Our page layout is done. That wasn't too hard, or went quickly to do the single page. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a quick card with the scraps. So I grabbed one of our blank cards, and I have our scraps from where we did our cutting here. So I'm going to, we're going to have a blue card, aren't we? That's okay. Actually, let's do this as the base. I'm going to cut this down to the 5.5 for our card here. And we can add some pops of color with our stickers as well. I think maybe I will go ahead and cut this. It's kind of like doing a puzzle as usual. Let's go ahead and we want to strip. Which way do we want our strip going? I think we'll go ahead and do a strip going up and down. So I'm going to cut this at the 5.5 as well. And we can add our triangles that we had from our cutting our banners, or we can look at our punched pieces that we had from cutting our bottom border. Let me get the base onto the card first. And it's just a little bit more narrow, so you're going to have just a tad of the white showing, which is fine. Actually, if you want, you can even move it over, because when we place our other piece, we can cover that up. So let's do that. Here we go. And so there we go. Now no white showing. We have these little punched pieces from our card, or our border, pardon me. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this to frame out this part of our card a little bit. These little strips are just handy to have around sometimes. Let me grab my parchment board. And I grabbed the wrong tape runner, which is okay. I'm just going to throw that one away. Get the repositionable tape. There we go. It's the nice thing about having so many punched pieces is if you use the wrong tape runner, it's no big deal. You just does wind up getting tossed a little bit, and it's okay because we're using scraps. And that way they're not piling up and you don't feel guilty for having them laying around. There we go. And I think I'm going to put this one half and half. So I'm going to grab my micro tip scissors again. And really it doesn't matter that there's tape runner on this because nothing sticks to these scissors. I guess I shouldn't say nothing, but the tape runner won't goop them up at all. Really, they have a special coating on them and they're fantastic. You don't have to worry about the pieces stick to my fingers, but they never stick to the tape runner here. And now I'm going to grab a couple more to put along this other end of the card. And I'm going to just leave it probably with a small gap in the middle, and we'll just cover it up with a sticker. Okay, so here's our main part of our card. We really don't have any other papers to use. Let's go with How About Sunshine is the Best Medicine on this one, because this would be nice for maybe somebody that's in the hospital, a get well soon type card, thinking of you card, just a fun kind of any kind of card. I'll put this here because we need to fit a flower over here or here we go. We have this one here that looks like it'll fit very nicely in our space here, and I'm actually going to line it up with a little bit of the sticker hanging over the edge because I know I can take my micro tip scissors and just give it a little trim, and like I said, it's not going to goop up my scissors, but it'll lay flush with the card and it'll cover up our spot that we had. And you can put the other part of the sticker somewhere else on there if you want, but I'm not going to. I am going to, I think, take a look at my border stickers again, because I think I'm going to put some butterflies on the left side of this card. And I get, because the color does go, and I think it just needs that little extra pop on this side since we put the other pieces along the other side. Whoops. Flip this over, give it a quick trim on our border sticker. There we go. I'm going to come back and trim this out the rest of the way. And you can also use your multi-purpose tool to get that little bit up if you want, but that kind of helps finish framing out our card. And again, sticking to my finger. Okay, pop that up just a little bit. If you need to or want to, you can always use a little bit of baking soda on the back of your stickers before you take your backing off from your foam squares, so that way it'll take the extra stick off from your sticker part. And let's see if we have one more. Actually, here we can put this little fern coming down. And here's a nice tall sprig of yellow flowers that can go aiming towards the sun. There we go. All right. So we have our card done. We have our page done. This kind of, you got to see my kind of how I puzzle together cards a little bit. We could have used these triangles, I guess, if we had wanted to, but I don't know if they necessarily fit on this one. So I used a couple more stickers than what I typically do, but I think they still turned out great. One card, one page from our sketch. Let me show you our sketch again. Here we go. Not too bad. Let me go ahead and switch back over here and put myself back in the stream. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed seeing me put that sketch together. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have a favorite sketch or blog post layout from the Creative Memories blog that you'd like to see me do, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to incorporate it in with one of our new collections, or you can send me an email. The email can be found on my YouTube channel. And of course, if you are following me on Facebook in my group there, just leave me a comment there as well. And you just might see your sketch show up. Also, I want to mention I actually am doing a giveaway for one of our scallop blades for our 12-inch trimmer. Just wanted to give everybody a quick reminder that if you sign up for one of my National Scrapbook Day events by March 31st, 2022, I did post about this on our live that Diane did in my group, which was so much fun as well. She introduced our Wide Open Places collection, but you can also see that on my YouTube channel as well if you'd like to see some of the pages and items in that collection. But if you sign up for one of my National Scrapbook Days by March 31st and pay, then you will be entered into the drawing for the scallop blade, which is going to be so much fun. I will put a link for the signups in the description on YouTube as well. Until next time.